Any, is it audible now? Am I audible?
एक मिनट उसे ऑन करो.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, thoda हाँ.
Yes,
हाँ,
sir,
it's
you are
better.
audible.
It's better.
Chat कहाँ से करेंगे? Hi everyone.
Better.
This is
Settings. T G H J H.
A very good afternoon, everyone. This is Nikhil from Sambhavna. Today, we have a very important event lined up. It is, I would not call it a training session, but certainly sort of a training by one of our dear friend, Viraj Kafle. As you are all are aware that the teaching in online mode have begun in schools as well as in colleges across the country. And several platforms have been recommended or preferred by the government and universities, particularly Google as well as Microsoft Teams. Today, we are going to have a live demonstration of the Google Classroom as well as Google Meet and the calendar. The objective of this whole training is to explain the students as well as teachers, whether they are disabled or non-disabled, how to use this platform in an accessible way. How, like for instance, we are aware that there are many important aspects of it which we are not trained of or which we don't know, particularly how to send documents in through Google Classrooms and how to schedule a meeting. And there are several ways that a meeting is scheduled. And also that if there are non-disabled teachers, how they are going to help their disabled students, particularly the visually challenged. So objective of this workshop is to connect to all, whether they are disabled or non-disabled. And we are also streamlining, live streaming our program in our YouTube channel. So if the people who are not able to register with us, they may later see it themselves through the link given, it will be shared to you later on. We have with us Mr. Viraj Kafle. He is a teacher in Department of English in Dayal Singh College, University of Delhi. He has been teaching more than, I would say, 13 to 14 years. And he is very active in the disability scholarship as well as in teachers movement, and very active member of Sambhavna, as well as in the teachers movement in Delhi University. He has been a student in University of Delhi as well as in JNU, and a very intellectual person. Like most of us know him personally. So without wasting much of the time, I request Viraj to explain to us first the objective of this webinar, as well as he will also describe he will also explain to us about the implication of Google platform and how we are able to engage ourselves in online teaching through Google platform. Over to Viraj.
Thank you, Nikhilji, for your kind words. And thanks to Sambhavna for providing me this opportunity to interact with you all and to share whatever little I have gathered from my experience of online teaching. So as far as the experience of online teaching is concerned, as far as my familiarity with these tools, Google Meet, Google Classroom are concerned, it's very new. It may be as new as many of us, right? After that, the outbreak of the pandemic and the compulsions that emerged, right? There is nothing new, and I'm also not an expertise. I don't have any expertise into this field of online teaching or e-learning, but as someone who can share my experience, and as far as using assistive solutions, it's something that I have been doing for quite some time. That is true, right? From my undergraduate days, I have been using technology, I have been using assistive solutions, and they have been my constant companion in my study as well as teaching work throughout. And I have been using, of course, along with teaching, the actual teaching, the face-to-face classroom teaching, I have been using assistive technology to, let's say, give students certain tasks, check their progress, assignments beyond the class hours. So in this sense, of course, I understand how technology can really become a blessing for us. It helps us to overcome our physical limitations, whether it is our impairments, visual or otherwise, or this physical limitation in which we are right now living in owing to the pandemic. So that is my story, and I'm sure that is the story of many of us. But there is also another side of the story where the very means of inclusion becomes a tool of exclusion when technology or e-learning is not used, it's not really deployed in an inclusive manner. It's deployed in a top-down manner, and that's what is the story of the whole way in which online education, e-learning is being adopted by institutions. There is virtually a transition to online mode, right? Almost all the components of there is this attempt to shift all the components of teaching to online mode. We have, of course, the lethal DO online exam, on, and we all know the tragic stories, the tragic experiences that many of our students are facing. So this is, of course, alarming. And of course, the issue is, the problem here is that there seems not much thought gone about the infrastructure issue, be it the availability of devices, or be it the network related issues. And there has not been much institutional attempts. Of course, I am aware of many individual attempts, but as far as the institutional attempts are concerned, while the institutions are adopting e-learning so rapidly, but there is not much attempt to sensitize us, particularly teachers, about different requirements of people with different disabilities, right? So the same, inaccessible pedagogy that has been there in offline, in actual teaching, has also crept over to online teaching, unfortunately. So whatever we call it, lack of, I mean, the apathy or the indifference, So I believe that this demonstration should be seen, of course, it's a collective effort. It's under the banner of Sambhavana, and it should be seen as a kind of an intervention into this kind of apathy, this kind of continuing apathy regarding online teaching, right? And in this sense, I believe definitely I'm addressing my visually impaired or screen reader users friends who would be definitely appreciate, those who are keen to understand, or those who are keen to further explore the possibilities with these tools. But equally, I hope that I'm also reaching out to the rest of us who really needs to be sensitized, who really need to be made aware. And it's only, as Nikhilji rightly said, it's only through the sensitization, the proper adequate institutional sensitization, that we all can understand each other's requirements. So of course, it's not just about visually impaired people. It's not just about users of screen reader, but this should be seen as a step towards this much needed intervention. So this is what I believe, what I'm going to do. And with these words, I would start my demonstration. So as already announced, I'll be demonstrating primarily Google Classroom and Google Meet, and I'll be demonstrating both the tools from the a teacher's point of view or a student's point of view, or to use better terms, from the organizer's point of view and from the participants' point of view. Of course, a student can also be an organizer, right? And the teacher can also be a participant. So of course, I remember my college days and also JNU days where the teachers used to sit. The teachers used to be the backbenchers, and the students would lead the proceedings, right? So of course, I'll just use the word organizer and participant. Typically, of course, one can say that the organizer is a teacher, but whatever. So I'll be doing a side-by-side demonstration of how classes are created and how one can participate. So I hope my voice as well as the voice of my computer screen reading software is audible. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm using NVDA screen reader, which is open source screen reader for Windows operating system. So I hope can someone confirm that both my...
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Both voices are audible.
All right. So Google Meet facilitates basically face-to-face interaction between participants, and Google Classroom allows us to upload any kind of file, whether it's audio, video, or a document, or a sheet, or a slide, right? Or link, or any link of a website or any stream, right? So they both have to be used in
Amit Kumar Sharma has joined the meeting alert.
conjunction with one another. So Meet allows us to interact with one another, which is of course essential for classroom teaching. In teaching, we need orality. Just sharing some links or just sharing some materials, would not mean that we have completed the teaching learning process. So we need to talk to one another, converse with one another. So that's where Google Meet as a tool comes in. But of course, the limitation is that since it's not a real interaction, it's an interaction that depends on a lot of factors, network and other factors. And it's very much possible. And of course, in Google Meet, the interaction will happen in a schedule, in a given schedule. And if, let's say, we fail to participate on that given schedule because of any kind of reason, then of course comes the significance of Google Classroom, right? So once you join
Kasaragan has left the meeting alert.
You are always there, right? It doesn't matter. You at your leisure, at your convenience, you can check what has been posted and interact with them, with the posts. So thus both Meet as an interactive tool and Classroom as a platform for sharing documents. So of course, I'll explain that Google Classroom is different from, of course, there are many sharing platforms, but it's more than that. So Google Classroom allows us to share with a classroom environment. We can more or less simulate or replicate a classroom environment and then share things there. So we can post, all students can see those posts, they can respond, students can also post, right? And we can post assignments which the students can turn in just there online, and it can be graded, right? So more or less Google Classroom offers a kind of a supplement to Google Meet and allows us to simulate or replicate a classroom environment, even though we are not physically connected. So this is more or less the introduction. Now what I have done basically is I've opened two windows, as you can see and hear.
Inbox for mail.com.
This is one.
Meeting control. New tab Google Chrome. Inbox for meet. New tab Google Chrome Virage DSC address.
This is one window through which I would be using as an organizer.
Inbox for mail.com. Mail
is the second window which I'll be using as a participant.
New tab Google Chrome.
So first I'd like to start with
address insert.
Google Classroom. So to open Google Classroom, you type in the address bar classroom
.google.com selected instead.
Google.com
selected instead.
So it's already popping up on my screen because I've typed it earlier, but nonetheless, let me type it again.
Selection removed. Classroom.google.com selected.
This would open for me Google Classroom.
Sign in Google accounts.
The first thing that you do is sign in. If you don't have a Google account, you need to have one. So one Google account will work for all Google products.
Heading left.
So I'll choose an account.
No next heading. List with 3 items. Link Virage Kafel. Link Virage.kafel. Link blank.
And then I enter.
Enter your password. Edit protected blank.
as an organizer.
Blank. Classes document. Classes.
So I'm in a class. Now, first thing that I'll do is to give an overview. So for screen reader users, the web page is virtualized in such a way that all the elements, all the controls of the screen is laid out in a hierarchical manner from top to bottom in a vertical manner. So regardless of how they appear in the screen, when a screen reader user interacts with the screen, it's different. It's moving from top to bottom for each and every control or element. So either we use arrow keys up and down, or we use what are called the navigation keys. There are keys through which we can navigate between headings, between landmarks, between buttons, etc. And there comes, of course, the importance of accessible design, web design, because it's only in a web that is in a web page that has been designed following the accessibility standards, where we can actually locate and navigate using these keys. So the best way, I would say, of course I can I can show you the entire screen, but just to cut it short, the best way would be to use, because it's well formatted and divided into headings. So we should use the headings to get an overview of the page. So I
Navigation.
give you through heading wise, pressing H key, give you an overview of the of all the classes that I've already.
Nero Vidalja has joined the meeting alert.
So the first H,
Google Graphic Classroom heading level 1.
takes me to this main heading. And under this heading, if I press down arrow,
Menu button collapsed submenu creator join a
I have
class.
the option to either create or join the class. So so once I go into it, either I can create a class or I can join a class using a code that I have got from the teacher. So right now I'm not going further into this heading. Let me skip to the next heading.
List with 3 items and cons. DCEIV visited link class
This is
options
my
heading.
first class, English Honors DCE4. So it's the way you would name it. Next heading.
Due Thursday heading level 2.
It says due Thursday. This is the assignment that I have posted, and the deadline that is given, that is Thursday, and that's why I'm saying due Thursday. So just remember, I'm not going into any of these right now. I'm just giving you the first screen and what all it shows. Second, another H,
SECBA Prog
another
7.
class, another H,
Due today heading level.
another due for that class, another H,
And cons. P7
third
P visit
class,
from an area to
and
no next head.
nothing. For this, there is no deadline, so there is no heading. So basically, in the first page of Google Classroom, what you encounter is, what you come across is your classes. And of course, if you have not created any class, then the first thing that you have to do is to create a class. So now I'm going at the top, Control Home.
Out of list.
And then, as I earlier told you, the first heading.
Google Graphic Classroom heading.
Under this, I have
Menu button collapsed submenu creator join a class.
Create or join a class. So since it's a button, so another way would be to use the button, use the navigation key B to switch to this button. So I can press spacebar here.
Join class 1 of 2 from an area to everyone.
And I have, as I told you, two options, join and create. So I'll create a class right now. I am an organizer in this window.
Create class 2 of 2.
So create class, and I press enter.
Blank. Create class dialog. Class name required.
So ideally, this is how it should work. The moment you enter, the page should load, and you should land on the first form field where you should enter the title. If this doesn't happen, then you have to use the E, which takes you to all the form fields. You have to find the first form field where you have to enter the most important thing of your class, that is
class name required.
Class name. So let me see. Let me create a class for a paper that I have been teaching for a while.
Shamali has left the meeting.
British Romantic Poetry. So I'll type British Romantic Poetry. I'll tab.
Section edit blank.
I can type a section here. Tab.
Subject combo box expanded as auto.
I can type a subject here if there is a subcategory to what the class, so that I can simply write, let's say, English or English honors or whatever.
Collapsed room edit blank.
Room. So if you have a room that you need to specify, you need to type it here. You can.
Cancel button. Create button.
That's it. So these are the information that you enter. And of course, many of these informations are of course optional. So I've left section blank, I have left room blank, and now I'm going to enter on create, which will create the class for me.
Creating. Button unavailable creating.
So it takes some time to create the class.
Button unavailable cat room edit unavailable button unavailable creating. Heading level 1 create class. No next heading. Navigation land.
It's done now.
Navigation landmark button main menu. British romantic
So
poet.
now you are inside your class, and now let me see heading wise what
Button
do I
main.
get. I'm at the top of the page, and first heading,
British
name of the
romantic poetry
class.
visited link heading level 1.
Under this, let me see.
Visited link stream selected.
There are 3 tabs which we can select one out of these 3 tabs. First is stream. Second is as I down arrow.
Link classwork.
The third is
link people. Link grades.
And the fourth is it's not one of those tabs. It's different grade. So you can select basically between these 3.
Link
one
people.
of these 3 people.
Link classwork. Visited link stream. Piyush Gupta has left the
stream is selected by default.
Heading visited.
So in stream section, you post basically announcements, right, which students can see, right, and in the etc.
Link people. The host has started broadcasting the meeting on YouTube.
This is where you basically add your participants. So I'll first, so you can do it the way you want. You can first add people and then build your class. But since I have to demonstrate, they can join. So there are many ways. Of course, you can send an invite mail, but you can also simply tell your participant that the code.
Class code.
It's a 7-letter code.
NKQJL Galaxy A30 says NKQJL55.
Okay, so this is the code, 7-letter code.
Button display.
So right now we can skip other things and jump to the next heading.
Complementary Galaxy A30 says complementary landmark upcoming heading level 2.
Upcoming is where you have all your work that you have both as a organizer as well as participant. You will find your upcoming work, your scheduled work.
No work due soon.
No work due soon right now.
Link view all work. Main landmark button share something with your class.
This is the one that we are looking for right now.
Main landmark button share something with your class.
Share something with your class. So of course it's a button, submenu button. You can use B to find this as well. So I press space.
Main landmark share with your class edit multi-line blank. Sonal Meta has left the
landed on a form field where I can type something. So let me simply type welcome to this class. Do check attached readings. So anything, it can be longer as well. I am not sure how long it can be.
From an area to F.
So next, I tab.
Add menu button collapse sub menu.
Get the option of adding something. So with this announcement, you can attach something. So let me press space bar, and all these add options are similar, whether you are adding something as an organizer or whether you are adding something as a student. Your assignment, more or less, it's the same kind of a user interface that you see. So I'm pressing space.
Google Drive 1 to 4.
So what are the options that I can now do down arrow to see what are the options? I can upload something from Google Drive.
Link 2 of 4.
I can paste a link which my participants can see.
File 3 of 4.
I can upload a file, although the first and the third option, as far as I can see, does do the similar thing. They first take you to the drive, your Google Drive only, and basically it's integrated with Google Drive automatically, right? So once you create your a classroom, whatever you do, whatever you post, they are posted in Google Drive folder, classroom Google Drive folder.
YouTube 4 of 4.
You can upload a YouTube, something from YouTube. So these are the 4 options.
Google Drive 1 of YouTube 4 of 4.
You are getting. So let me just paste a link.
File link 2 of 4.
Down.
Add menu button collapse. Add link dialog link. Link edit blank. Link edit focused off screen blank. Cancel button. Link edit blank.
So there was some problem. It didn't land me onto the forms field to paste the link. So I had to tab once and then tab back, shift tab. So there is a link basically of the Wikipedia article on British Romanticism, which can be a kind of a starting point for my participants. So I'll just paste it.
Blank. Blank. Link edit focused off screen blank. Blank.
So it didn't work. Maybe I didn't copy it or something. Anyway, then we can. So this is where you can basically paste.
Link edit blank. Cancel button. Link edit blank.
I'm not getting the save button because it didn't work. Now it will take some time if I go to the web page. So anyway, I'll cancel it.
Cancel
But the
button.
point is that if you paste something here and then press tab twice, you will get the OK or post button or save button, something like that. And once you do that, then your link is created.
Main landmark add menu button
So
collapse submit.
added a link and then I tab again.
Cancel button. Post button.
So this is the option where I'll finally post my assignment, my announcement.
Unavailable. Post created. Share something with your class.
Done
Button.
this. Let me see under the
Complimentary landmark upcoming heading level.
upcoming heading.
No work to link view all. Main landmark button. Share some announcement. Welcome to
Again,
this.
it's the next heading now, right? It's the next heading.
No next heading.
Last heading, basically.
Clearage K-Full created 3:20 p.m. Menu button collapsed submenu announcement options.
So that is, if I click on this option, which comes before the post, I can do certain things. I can edit or I can delete. But let me just read what I have written.
Welcome to this class. Do check the attached readings. Add class comment. Edit
And
required.
after that, there is again another field on which I can add a comment.
Out of edit button unavailable
If I
post.
type something on this, I can post. So I'm not doing that right now. So this is the first thing that I've done. I have posted an announcement. Let me now post a
Navigate.
material, upload a material.
British romantic
Again,
post.
Viraj,
Button
coming to the
sorry.
top, then I'm
Viraj?
navigating by heading. Yes.
Viraj, is it possible that briefly you can say it in Hindi also for the Hindi users so that only
Okay.
within 2-3 minutes, hai na? If possible.
All right.
Okay, thanks.
So
Button main.
again, at the top, and I'm navigating by headings.
British romantic poetry
This is the
visited link.
first heading, जिसके अंदर हमने देखा था
Visited link stream. Select
stream और
link classwork.
classwork
Link
और
people.
people, ये तीन options थे. तो इस समय हमें चाहिए classwork.
Link classwork.
और मैं classwork पे basically enter कर रहा हूँ या space कर रहा हूँ so that it gets selected. So as I
C
told you,
button,
one of
area.
these three options can be selected.
Button collapsed Google Apps. No next British romance visited link
So
stream.
now you can see stream selected नहीं है जैसे कि पहले था.
Visited link classwork. Selected.
Classwork selected है. So now I'll again navigate through headings.
No next heading.
Okay, there is no heading now, so I have to navigate down, keep on navigating down till I reach to where I want to reach.
Link people. Link grades. Button class. Button collapsed Google app. Button main areas. Button meet. Link out of region assign work to your class here. Actions region link class drive folder. Out of reach create assignments and questions used to link Google Calendar. Link class drive folder. Out of region assign work to your class here. Create assignments and questions the way you want student blank. The way you create actions region link class drive folder. Link Google Calendar. Button meet. Menu out of region navigation landmark button collapsed Google account. Your main landmark actions region create menu button collapsed
Create
sub menu.
मिल नहीं रहा था किसी वजह से जब मैं down arrow कर रहा था तो so I used B button to find this. So देखते हैं कहाँ पे है.
Out of region navigation landmark button collapsed Google account.
Google
Here is
account वाला
cable.
जो collapse होता है जिससे हम account switch कर सकते हैं उसके नीचे virtually.
Main landmark actions region menu button collapsed sub menu create.
क्योंकि इसमें काफी कुछ बोल रहा है तो स्किप हो गया. इसके नीचे क्या है ये भी देख लेते हैं ताकि ये हमसे छूटे ना.
Button meet.
इसके नीचे मीट लिंक जनरेट करने का ऑप्शन है जिसकी बात मैं बाद में करूंगा.
Link class drive out of region assign work to your class.
तो ये
Action link button meet. Menu button collapsed sub menu create.
सो ये क्रिएट सब मेन्यू जो है यहाँ हमें जाना है, इसको हमें लोकेट करना है. सो आई प्रेस स्पेस हियर.
Assignment 1 of 6.
सो व्हाट ऑल कैन आई पोस्ट? आई एम यूजिंग एरो कीज. असाइनमेंट,
Quiz assignment 2 of 6.
असाइनमेंट जैसे कि मल्टीपल क्वेश्चंस, मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चंस हो सकते हैं या छोटे क्वेश्चंस.
Question 3 of 6.
क्वेश्चन,
Assignment 1 of quiz assignment 2.
असाइनमेंट,
Question 3 of material 4 of 6. Reuse post 5 of 6.
reuse post. So if I want to use a post which I have already created, even in some other class, I can do this from here. किसी और class से भी post यहाँ पे reuse कर सकता हूँ.
Topic 6 of 6.
Topics are basically subcategories under which we put our materials and assignment. ऐसा करने से थोड़ा सा tricky हो जाता है जैसा कि मुझे experience हुआ है. तो अगर हम topic में categorize करते हैं तो visually maybe it looks very appealing, but for me at least, putting things in topics becomes quite tricky. So I'm not doing that.
Material
I'm
4 of
posting a
6.
material. So material पे मैं enter कर रहा हूँ.
Create menu button collapsed subtitle as multi-line blank.
So मैं लैंड हो गया टाइटल जहाँ पे मुझे लिखना है, तो मैं टाइटल जैसे लिखता हूँ सेकेंडरी रीडिंग्स।
G. Sater sync has joined. Description optional.
ऑप्शनल फील्ड है जहाँ पे हम डिस्क्राइब कर सकते हैं, यू कैन राइट एनीथिंग। फिलहाल मैं इसको स्किप कर रहा हूँ।
Add menu button
ये
collapsed
जैसे
sub.
पहले आया था अनाउंसमेंट के टाइम, तो उसी तरह का इंटरफेस है ऐड मेन्यू। तो यहाँ पे हमें क्या क्या ऑप्शन मिल सकता है देख लेते हैं। यहाँ पे हमें ज्यादा ऑप्शंस मिलेंगे मोस्ट प्रोबेबली।
Expect Google Drive 1 of 4.
अच्छा, वही 4 ऑप्शन मिल रहे हैं।
Link 2 of 4. File 3 of 4. YouTube 4 of 4.
तो मैं
Google Drive 1 of 4.
Google Drive, so of course you can, it's very it's everything is integrated, and once you are familiar with the Google Drive interface with your screen reader, then it becomes very easy to upload, to share materials or anything from Google Drive. लेकिन ये भी हो सकता है कि हम में से कई लोग अभी familiar नहीं है Google Drive के इंटरफेस से, तो मैं डेमोन्स्ट्रेट करूंगा कि अपने पीसी से एक फाइल को लेके यहाँ पे अपलोड करूँ। तो पहले मुझे
Link to Google Drive.
मैंने बताया कि चाहे ड्राइव फर्स्ट ऑप्शन पे एंटर करो या
Link file
थर्ड
3 of 4.
ऑप्शन पे एंटर करो, बहुत डिफरेंस नहीं दिख रहा है, पता नहीं क्यों। तो मैं फाइल पे एंटर कर रहा हूँ।
Insert files using Google Drive. Banner landmark. Insert files using Google Drive. Heading level 2. Insert files using Google Drive. Files and folders. Grid view list. New doc 2020.
So again, in a typical manner, it landed me on a file selection list from Google Drive. But as I told you, I'll not select anything from here. I'll select it from my system. So I'll keep pressing tab till I reach when it says recent.
Banner. Search landmark. Collapsed. Filter. Close picker. Insert. Tab control. Recent tab selected.
Here
1 of
I
4.
do right arrow, not tab. यहाँ पे आके मैं कर रहा हूँ right arrow.
Upload tab selected 2 of 4.
This is what I want. It's already selected. And I now tab. Now I tab again, and I should find the browse button.
Browse button.
This is what I want. I press space.
Open dialog file
और
name.
फिर जो यूजुअल विंडोज का डायलॉग बॉक्स होता है उसमें से अपने फोल्डर में जाके
Items view list. 3D objects not selected. Tree view. Level 0. Quick access expand. Items view. Desktop. Documents 6 of 28. Items view list. Understanding non-list item focused. Understanding Faculty 1. UGC. Understanding Faculty 1. Bavika e-learning. Understanding non-list item. Understanding Faculty 1. Understanding each one.
अंडरस्टैंडिंग कीज करके मैंने एक आउटलाइन प्रिपेयर किया था स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, तो वो आउटलाइन में इस पे एंटर कर रहा हूँ इस फाइल पे।
Classwork for British Romantic Poetry. Google Chrome Virage. Virage DSC. Insert files using Google Drive dialog. Frame dialog. Insert files using Google Drive. Button. Classwork for British Rom. Create menu button. Collapsed. Add menu button. Collapsed sub menu.
फिलहाल of course we have to finally save it. जब तक सेव नहीं करेंगे तब तक काम पूरा तो नहीं हुआ, लेकिन अभी के लिए we can move to the next section.
Create menu button. Collapsed sub
Here
menu.
you can create sheets or slides right here on the fly. So again, you need to be familiar with Google Slides and other things, drawing. So उसको फिलहाल मैं skip कर
An
रहा हूँ.
area has left the meeting. Attachment. Word. Understanding Keats.docs. Link. Understanding Keats.docs.
Again, I press tab, and now it's telling me what I have already attached. So now it's clear that my attachment has been uploaded.
Remove
I can
understanding
remove
Keats.
it here. Again, tab.
Posted British Romantic Poetry menu button. Collapsed
Now I
sub
can
menu.
post this in this class overall, but I can also select specific students. So whether I can post it for the entire class or I can select specific students. Let me see what I get here. Space.
British Romantic Poetry. N-ons.
I can
DCEIB
also
not.
post this to other classes.
SECBA procs. N-ons. P7 of B not checked. British Romantic Poetry unavailable. Checked 1 of 4.
अगर मैं चाहूँ कि काम इस क्लास पे कर रहा हूँ लेकिन ये मटेरियल जो है मैं दूसरी क्लास में पोस्ट करूँ तो वो भी मैं कर सकता हूँ. So I'm not doing that. I'm pressing space escape to come back.
Material dialog. Posted British Romantic Poetry menu button.
So it's confirming that I'm posting in the class that I've just created.
For all students menu
Yeah,
button.
this is where
Collapsed
I
sub
can
menu.
specify whether I can whether I want to post it for all students or selected students. तो अभी तो इसका कोई मतलब नहीं है क्योंकि बहुत सारे students, अगर काफी students हैं क्लास में तो if I press space I'll get set of check boxes through which I can select or deselect students. तो अगर हम कुछ नहीं करते तो it's going to be for all the students who are either have joined right now or who will be there later.
Topic list collapsed. No topic 1 of.
यहाँ पे हम topic specify करते हैं जो कि अभी मैं recommend नहीं कर रहा हूँ. Then it becomes, the whole thing becomes a bit tricky.
Close button.
क्लोज का ऑप्शन आ रहा है, अगर हम क्लोज करेंगे तो ये सेव नहीं होगा।
Post button.
पोस्ट,
Save options menu button collapsed sub menu. Title edit multi-line secondary. Out of edit button post.
पोस्ट पे हमें क्लिक करना है, क्लोज पे क्लिक नहीं करना है। सही, तो हमने अनाउंसमेंट में कुछ अटैच किया और यहाँ भी अटैच किया। ये प्रोसेस थोड़ा सा लंबा था, होप यू फॉलोड। सो नाउ आई प्रेस स्पेस on post.
Material created. Main landmark actions region create menu button collapsed sub menu to get missing image descriptions. Open the context button meet.
So now let me, this is the last thing that I'll do as an organizer. I'll post an assignment.
No next heading. Navigation landmark British romantic.
Classwork is already selected. एक बार फिर से मैं देखता हूँ ऊपर जाके।
Blank.
पहली हेडिंग के अंदर
Navigate visited link stream.
पहली हेडिंग के अंदर स्ट्रीम सिलेक्टेड नहीं है।
Visited link classwork selected.
क्लासवर्क सिलेक्टेड है। दूसरी हेडिंग में आता हूँ।
No next heading.
हेडिंग मुझे नहीं मिलता है जब क्लासवर्क में होता हूँ।
Link button class settings. Google Apps but Google account. Viraj Kafel. Viraj.kafel at DS. Main landmark actions region create menu button collapsed sub.
जो कि मैंने इस बार B के थ्रू ढूंढा। पिछली बार काफी दिक्कत हुई थी। तो स्पेस।
Assignment 1 of 6.
असाइनमेंट, आपकी मुझे असाइनमेंट सारे ऑप्शंस हम देख चुके हैं। तो पहला जो ऑप्शन है, क्वेश्चन का भी ऑप्शन है।
Quiz assignment 2 of 6. Question 3 of 6.
So these are various kinds of assignments, short answers, short answer question, or assignment that requires some kind of a detailed study or multiple choice. तो फिलहाल मैं
assignment 1 of 6
एंटर कर रहा हूँ।
Create menu button collapsed sub menu title edit multi-line
टाइटल पे
blank.
मैं लैंड हो गया हूँ। जिसे मैं टाइप करता हूँ पोएट्री
Naraja Sudas joined.
रेवोल्यूशन। तो फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन के बाद का ये समय है, ब्रिटिश रोमांटिक पोएट्री। तो फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन और उसके बाद जो भी डेवलपमेंट हुआ उसके साथ हम पोएट्स को पढ़ते हैं। तो उसी से रिलेटेड ये असाइनमेंट है।
Instructions optional edit multi-line blank.
You can type something here. You can type more details about what you want, what you expect from students.
Add menu button.
Similar interface, add menu. तो असाइनमेंट के साथ भी आप कुछ अटैच कर सकते हैं। तो अगर मैं प्रेस करूंगा तो स्पेस करूंगा तो वही ऑप्शंस,
Expand Google Drive 1 of 4.
वही 4 ऑप्शंस।
Link 2 of 4.
और
File 3 of.
दोबारा कर देता हूँ, उससे रिवीजन भी हो जाएगा। एंटर, फाइल पे
Insert files using Google Drive. Banner landmark insert files using Google Drive heading level 2. Insert files using Google Drive. Files and folders grid.
lands me on that list where I can select files. लेकिन मुझे ड्राइव से फाइल सेलेक्ट नहीं करना है, मुझे सिस्टम से करना है। फाइल कीप टैबिंग,
Banner
ये मुझे
search landmark. Search collapsed filter. Close picker insert files. Tab control. Recent tab selected 1 of 4.
एक बार राइट एरो,
Upload tab selected 2 of 4.
फिर एक बार
Browse button.
ब्राउज, टैब ब्राउज, एंटर।
Open dialog. DR Sitanshu Mohan Kestwal Redmi has joined the meeting. Historical roots of sociology.
तो एक सिलेक्शन जो किसी किताब से मैंने निकाल के, जैसे हम फोटोकॉपी सर्कुलेट करते हैं, इन द सेम वे। इट्स अ बुक बाय एरिक हॉब्सबम, एज ऑफ रेवोल्यूशन।
Items view list. Selections 1 Hobsbawm Age of Revolution
Hobsbawm
75
Age
of
of
199.
Revolution selection. So it's a secondary reading. So students can read this and refer to this book.
Classwork
Enter.
for British Romantic Poetry. Google Chrome Viraj DSC. Insert files using Google Drive dialog.
So
Frame
in the
dialog
same
insert.
way as we created material, we can also attach material with the assignment.
View site information menu but classwork for British Romantic Poetry. Got it button focused off
Okay,
screen.
sometimes you get some tips, right? And you don't know what to do. So basically you have to find the got it button and press and dismiss it. तो visually तो वैसे काफी helpful हो सकते हैं, लेकिन हमारे केस में वो tricky हो जाता है।
Got it button
I'm dismissing this tip.
Classwork for British Romantic. Classwork for blank. British Romantic. Content info. No next heading. Menu dialog assignment. Blank. Dialog assignment.
डायलॉग आ गया है नीचे, उसको मैं स्पेस करके देख रहा हूँ। तो ये सब कुछ challenges आते हैं।
Assignment dialog. Assignment dialog. Menu button collapsed sub menu add. Learn more about originality reports link. Close button. Learn more. Check plagiarism.
अगर
Originality.
आप institutional account यूज कर रहे हैं, personal account नहीं यूज कर रहे हैं, तो you also get an option to check plagiarism, which I have not really tried how effectively it works, and particularly in the from the context of accessibility. So I'm not enabling this option.
Close button.
So it's giving me basically a tip. So यही प्रॉब्लम है, बीच में टिप्स आते हैं जिसको आपको समझना होगा और डिसमिस करना होगा, क्लोज करना होगा।
Blank. Main landmark actions region. Create menu button. Collapsed sub menu. Button meet. No next edit field. No previous edit. Out of read. No next edit. Class settings button. Google Apps button. Google account. Viraj Kafel. Viraj.kafel at DS. Navigation. Class settings.
हुआ कि नहीं हुआ, मैं वापस आ गया क्लासरूम.
Google Apps button. Google account. Viraj K. Main landmark actions region. Create menu button. Collapsed sub menu.
So okay, let me see.
No next heading. Button meet. Link Google. Link class drive folder. Out of read. Draft assignment. Poetry and revolution. Naraja Sood has left the draft. Menu button. Collapsed sub menu.
तो मुझे ड्राफ्ट मिल गया. इस पे मैं
Draft poetry and revolution.
नॉर्मली ये सब नहीं होना चाहिए. सिंपल
Collapsed poetry and revolution button expanded. Expanded poetry and revolution.
ट्रिकी हो गया मामला.
Draft assignment. Poetry and draft. Menu button. Collapsed sub menu. Assignment options. No due date. Link attachment. Word button. Edit assignment.
एडिट असाइनमेंट में मैं क्लिक कर रहा हूँ. हालांकि ये सब करने की जरूरत नहीं थी, लेकिन चलो इससे ये भी समझ में आ गया कि अगर असाइनमेंट हम ऑलरेडी क्रिएट कर चुके हैं और उसको एडिट करना है तो हमें एडिट असाइनमेंट को ढूंढ के
Assignment dialog. Title edit multi-line poetry and revolution.
पोएट्री एंड रेवोल्यूशन.
Poetry and spelling revolution. Revolution. Out of spelling error. Instructions. Optional.
टाइप कर सकते हैं.
Add menu button. Collapsed sub menu. Create menu button. Collapsed sub.
क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, जो कि फिलहाल हम नहीं कर रहे हैं.
Attachment. Word. Selections 1. Ops from Age of
This is what
Revolution.
I
Dot link
attached.
selections 1.
As I told you, book by Eric Hobsbawm, or selection from that book, which the students can refer to in their assignment.
List collapsed. Students can view file 1 of 3.
So again, there are 3 options जो कि हमें पहले नहीं मिला था, लेकिन assignment में we can specify whether students can view assignment or view the attachment, or they can also download as attachment.
Students can view file section. Students can edit file not selected 2 of 3.
Whether they can edit the section. I'm pressing down arrow here to browse to
Make a copy for each student not selected 3 of
or
3.
there should be different copies for each student. So these are the 3 options that
Students can view file 1
out
of
of which
3.
you can select one. So this is an extra thing that you get when you attach something with the assignment. So you can attach a material, and you can also attach a material with an assignment for.
Remove selections 1
You
ops
can
from Age.
select the remove the selection.
Posted British romantic poetry menu button.
और
Collapsed
जैसे
sub
पहले जैसे
menu.
मैंने बताया कि कहाँ पोस्ट करना है, आप दूसरे क्लास में भी पोस्ट कर सकते हैं इस ऑप्शन से.
For all students menu button.
For all students or for specific students.
Maximum point value combo box expanded has autocomplete editable selected.
यहाँ पे आप point value कितने में से marks देने हैं, out of 10, out of 100, or you can also keep it ungraded. So if I press down arrow,
Ungraded list ungraded 1 of 1.
I get the option to have the assignment
Maximum
ungraded.
point value combo box expanded has autocomplete editable ungraded.
So I press space bar to select ungraded. But if I again want to specify the maximum value, am I audible? Because my system.
Yeah, Viraj, your voice is audible.
Yeah, but somehow it's got
हाँ,
quiet.
कंप्यूटर नहीं है. हाँ. चेक कर ले कोई बात.
So can you disconnect me for a while so that I check what happens? And in the meantime, maybe you may take some questions, note them down. I request the organizers so that I can see what has got in my system, why it has stopped me giving the.
Yeah, sure. Okay, we are doing it. Viraj, कर लेते हैं.
Questions can be taken in the meantime.
हाँ, और briefly, basically, जब तक आपको disconnect करते हैं, मैं I am just connecting to the participants. Like there are, I think, many things which Viraj has explained, and there are particularly new to me and maybe many others. और हो सकता है कि हम लोगों को मतलब ये दोबारा क्योंकि आई थिंक बिना प्रैक्टिस के नहीं आएंगी. So we all are going to do that, and once Viraj reconnects and comes again live with us for demonstration, I
I'm
think
still live, but I can't even disconnect.
एक सेकंड
I'm just not getting it.
कर रहे हैं. Good. अच्छा, 1 मिनट कर रहे हैं विराज. हाँ, वो प्रताप कर लेगा. तो अच्छा, screen share soft. Okay. So what I think you can very well either raise do not raise hand, but at least you can write if you want to say something. But what I am were very interested in that the many applications of Google Classroom which but I was not aware, and they may be explored further, you know, that how they are important, and also how they are accessible, because accessibility which is more important here, that how a student or a teacher is able to share documents, give assignments, grade them, and also schedule a class. One method that I'm using, that I'm able to schedule classes from Google Meet. Okay, using the calendar, but you know, there are also ways that you can schedule your class through Google Classroom. So it will be interesting that you know that from this platform we can do multiple things. तो ये मुझे लगता है हम इसको प्रैक्टिस जैसे जैसे करेंगे, और हम लोग आज जो भी कर रहे हैं, it is not a one time event that is going to end, कि आज हमने करा और खत्म हो गया. हम लोग ये एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे कि ये सिलसिला आगे बढ़े, क्योंकि बहुत सारी चीजें होंगी जो हम लर्न कर रहे होंगे, और maybe with an exchange of ideas or through practice we can ourselves equipped to you know, be more you know, in a sense you know, maybe maybe more friendly, and certainly, you know, I will not say mastery in Google platform, but certainly to have more say in using things. तो मैं सिर्फ इतना कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि अगर आपको कुछ लिखना है तो आप यहाँ लिख दीजिएगा, यहाँ पे जो मोर के ऑप्शन में वहाँ पे या चैट का ऑप्शन होता है, तो अगर आप चाहें तो पॉइंट रेज कर दे. अदरवाइज अभी हम विराज दोबारा से जुड़ेंगे.
ask the question.
Excuse me.
Yeah, ask.
I would like to have a question.
Yes.
Shall I ask?
Yes.
So my question is how to take attendance. I mean, I heard that there is a attendance add-on in the Google Meet, and it also comes out in She, Excel, and HTML. But it is not coming to me. I have added the extension. Still, I am not able to receive that or able to download that in a Excel or a HTML form. So could someone help?
Okay, we have noted your point, Pratap. क्योंकि विराज अभी है नहीं, तो इसको वो पहुंचाना होगा. अभी ऐड होगा तो I think we can do it. So attendance is the main thing, that how you're going to take attendance, right? What is the way?
Yeah, correct. I have added the add-on into the Google Meet.
Yes.
And but I am not able to get that sheet.
Yeah, there is an add-on integrated with the Google. So certainly this is also a concern of me, perhaps. Who is the next one?
अभी कोई नहीं है.
अच्छा, तो थोड़ा सा आप लोग मुझे लगता है हम लोग सब पेशेंटली वेट कर रहे हैं, और विराज का थोड़ा सिस्टम में कुछ, ये टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ ये तो रहता है एडवांटेज और डिसएडवांटेज के. कभी भी रिसीव तो नहीं कह रहा हूँ, लेकिन एटलीस्ट कोलैप्स कर जाती है कई परिस्थितियों में है. तो लेट्स वेट फॉर हिम. और एक इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज और है, क्योंकि अभी हम लोग मैं भी समझने का प्रयास कर रहा हूँ कि किस तरीके से कई चीजें बताएं कि क्रिएट हम लोगों ने किया, क्लासरूम क्रिएट की, और फिर असाइनमेंट या मटेरियल पोस्ट किया, दूसरी चीज हमने लिखी, और तीसरा कि किस तरीके से आप उसमें जाकर के कई ऑप्शंस थे कि स्टूडेंट्स को भेजना है, कई क्लासेस को भेजना है, फॉर हिंदी मीडियम स्टूडेंट्स आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग, और या फिर ग्रेड करना है. तो ये सब एक्सप्लेन किया विराज ने. और इसमें इम्पोर्टेंट ये था कि आप एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म में कई सारी क्लासेस को एक साथ केटर करते हैं. कई सारे हमारे पास ऐसे विषय होते हैं जो इंटरकनेक्टेड होते हैं, तो हम रेलेवेंट चीजें एक दूसरे के साथ शेयर कर सकते हैं. और वो यहीं पे रहेंगी, तो अगर आप एक बार नहीं तो कई बार शेयर कर सकते हैं मेरे ख्याल से। और शायद अगर ये इसको यूज किया जाए लंबे समय तक तो हो सकता है कि चीजें कई बार काम आ सकती हैं। दैट इज टू बी सीन। विराज आगे क्या पता नहीं। और एक और इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है विच इज जस्ट कमिंग टू माय माइंड, क्योंकि ये हमारा पर्सपेक्टिव है दैट what we are doing is to check the accessibility of this whole this platform as well as to sensitize people, and while doing so we should be sure कि कोई भी यहाँ पे अगर नॉन डिसेबल्ड हैं तो वो भी मेरे ख्याल से कम्युनिकेट करें कि जो प्रिंट डिसेबल्ड हैं अगर उनके स्टूडेंट्स हैं या किसी भी फॉर्म में उनके कलीग्स हैं तो उनको उनके साथ वो प्रैक्टिस करें या बताएं, क्योंकि ये जो एक्सप्लेनेशन है जब पर्टिकुलरली हम बात करते हैं अबाउट टेलिंग people about how to navigate, this navigation is very important because what happens that the print enabled people, they use mouse as well as other things, and it seems that they're not aware about the implication of arrow keys and tab keys and other navigating keys. So this is important that whenever you hold a workshop or a training session, you explain things through these lines. Like recently in my college also a workshop was organized, and that was missing there. They were telling us about how to use Google Classroom, Google Meet, as well as schedule classes through calendar, and this was missing. And from there actually we got this idea, like that there may be a similar situation in other colleges also. So we thought that why not to extend this uh, as a workshop and connect to people around, and like whatever we have in our limited wisdom should share it with the people, and also try to sensitize, which is the objective of संभावना. और आप लोगों के आइडियाज इसमें आप लोग शेयर कर सकते हैं हमारे साथ. अभी तो आप जो भी कहेंगे पूछेंगे, पर एक हमारा ईमेल आईडी है जिस पे आप लिख सकते हैं, और जो भी इस वर्कशॉप में छूट गया हो, कई बार होता है कि हर एक चीज नहीं हम बताई जा पाती, कुछ चीजें छूट जाती हैं, तो आप लोग हमें लिख दीजिएगा. हमारा ईमेल एड्रेस है sambhavana.group@gmail.com. संभावना SAMBHAVANA.GROUP, संभावना.group@gmail.com. तो आप उस पर अपनी क्वेरी रेस कर सकते हैं और हम लोग उसको रिस्पॉन्ड करेंगे विराज से बात करके, या जो भी इन चीज़ों को जानता है उनसे बात करके आपसे दोबारा कनेक्ट होने का प्रयास होगा. संचित, अगर आप कुछ चीज शेयर करना चाहते हैं यहाँ पे जब तक विराज नहीं आता, या बोलना चाहते हैं, क्योंकि आपने एक वीडियो भी बनाया था, मतलब एक डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन वीडियो बनाया था संभावना के यूट्यूब चैनल पे, वो पोस्टेड है. तो कोई इम्पोर्टेंट चीज अगर आप बताना चाहते हैं पार्टिसिपेंट्स को, तो यू कैन वेरी वेल से दैट इन द मीनवाइल, एंड Viraj is surely going to come back quite soon. Sanchit?
विराज आ रहा है 2 मिनट के अंदर अंदर.
So please stay here. He is coming back. Sorry for this short break. आप इसे कुछ भी समझ लीजिए, कमर्शियल ब्रेक या कुछ साइलेंट ब्रेक, बट ये है कि ये थोड़ा फॉल्ट है टेक्नोलॉजी का, जो कभी भी हो सकता है. आई रियली अपोलोजाइज फॉर दैट. मनीष ने शायद रैंड रेस किया है, मनीष शर्मा ने.
Manish. Manish.
He has lowered his hand.
Okay.
मतलब हाथ नीचे कर लिया, अगर उनको अनम्यूट करना है तो मैं कर देता हूँ यहाँ से, but he
Yeah,
has
है.
lowered his hand.
पूछ लो एक बार कि आप तो कुछ कहना चाहते हो, कोई एनीथिंग अदर देन अटेंडेंस. अटेंडेंस वाला पॉइंट नोट कर लिया हम लोगों ने.
फिर साहब ये बेटे से गलती से हो गया था.
अच्छा कोई बात नहीं. मनीष इज टीचिंग हिस्ट्री इन श्रद्धानंद, और काफी सारे टीचर्स हैं मेरे ख्याल से जुड़े हुए हमसे अलग अलग जगह से.
Hello, sir. This is Yogesh.
Hi, Yogesh.
Sir, I have a couple of questions.
Okay, raise it.
Yeah. So first of all, I want to ask which platform he is using for demonstration, because different devices has different devices have different issues of accessibilities. For example, right now I am using Zoom with my laptop, Windows laptop, but I'm not able to operate, not because of inaccessibility, because I am not familiar with it. Earlier, I was using Zoom with my mobile only, iOS device. So this is the first question, that which device is using and which platform is using for demonstration. Second,
Platform in a sense. You're talking
iOS or
operating system.
Android or Windows. Yes,
Acha, acha. Okay.
right.
He's
Then
using
He was
laptop,
using Windows.
Windows
Laptop
Windows
with the
with
laptop.
laptop.
Windows. Windows.
Right,
With the
right. So
laptop.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. So I got my answer. And the second thing is, uh, whether we need to install these tools like Google Meet and Google Calendar, everything, or we should go to browser and type directly, and where from where we can use these things.
I think he was directly typing from the browser.
I
They
saw
are
it, but
inbuilt from the Google platform.
yeah. So
Like
I
what?
think we need not to download these things, right?
Yes, we need not as
No,
a
no.
student.
Actually, the apps are not available on Windows. So
Okay.
there are no apps of Google Meet and Google Calendar available.
Right,
Like
right.
Google Calendar may be there, but Google Meet is not there. So you
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to use through browser.
Browser
But
only, right.
for iOS and Android, it's available. Like
Yeah, iOS though I am
apps
using
are
on my
available.
mobile, but problem, there are a lot of
Yeah,
limitations using these things on mobile. But it would be better to
yeah,
use
but
on Windows laptops.
but
Third
you
point
need to
is,
use through
Nikhil sir, you might
browser.
be scheduling the meeting on Google Meet. So my direct question is to you: how do
Hey,
you, because
this meeting is scheduled. Okay, the meeting for a classroom, right?
yes,
Okay.
classes. Yeah. So you might be using this Google Meet, no?
Yes, we are using. Most of us are
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah, actually right now I'm taking my classes on Zoom only, but problem is because I'm not using Meet, because now I'm not able to schedule the meeting with the Google Calendar. I find very tricky sometimes. I'm not able to get the options
I can
for.
share you with you my experience.
Okay.
See, since you might have been provided with some college ID, perhaps.
No. Actually, we are using in our personal capacity.
Okay, even if you do that,
Uh,
like once you sign in with your email account, there is
hmm.
a calendar. Okay,
Yeah.
I think third or fourth link
Hmm.
of calendar. You go there and go into the create. Okay,
Hmm.
there is a section. There's a link called create
Hmm.
button. Sorry,
Right.
and there the options of creating a class come.
Hmm.
That you have to first of all name the class.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
name the class of people, and then you also have to select the time,
Hmm.
time and day, and then
Yeah.
you
So are
what I'm
these
doing.
time and date thing accessible, no?
Yes,
Okay,
they
because
are accessible.
uh,
And then you have this option, like what I'm doing, I'm sending email invites.
uh,
So I'm taking all email and copying them together and pasting it them there in an edit box.
okay,
Then you save them. Okay, there is an option called save.
save, yes.
Okay, once you save them, then
Uh,
it will ask that you want to set this invite to the concern, like there is an
right,
option that you have to send the save or email the same save things to the students.
right.
So that once you click on the send email,
Hmm.
the saved items would go to the concerned email IDs.
Right.
Okay, and
Hmm.
then there is an option that you have to add the external guest, because the
Hmm.
students are going to be the external right thing.
Right.
So you click on that, then emails would be sent and the
Hmm.
classes would be scheduled. Now let me come back to again to that calendar where you
Uh,
have started filling up the classes, the information about class and time.
hmm.
Once you fill up the time, there is and press tab, there is a option called recurrence. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
in
Repeat thing.
recurrence there are several options. ठीक है? And the many options, like it says that you don't have to repeat. There is an option that you have to you can schedule a class every
day,
Thursday or every Friday or whatever, right?
Right.
And there is an option that annually you select. There is an option that you can select classes, schedule classes every 5 days a week, that is Monday to Friday.
Right.
Okay? And there is a last option called custom, where you can schedule classes as per your need.
Right.
ठीक है? तो वो भी आप select कर सकते हो. Okay? You select. So I'm just learning them, and I'm not so perfect, but whatever I know, I'm telling you.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes. Hello.
Who's this? Yeah.
I'm Mohit from AMU.
Okay, Mohit. Yeah.
हाँ, अभी योगेश जो बता रहे थे, एक्चुअली मैं भी वहाँ पर शेड्यूल नहीं कर पाता हूँ क्लास. व्हाट आई डू अल्टरनेटिवली, आई गो डायरेक्टली ऑन meet.google.com, then I find the option to schedule the class, and then Google Calendar opens. From there I schedule my class and I share the link to my students through WhatsApp or any other medium. अच्छा सर, मुझे पता ये
इसमें क्या होता है कि हम लोग लिंक शेयर करने वाला ऑप्शन इसलिए उसको सिक्योर नहीं मानते हैं, क्योंकि once you share the link, it may be circulated to any number of people, है ना? तो उसमें क्या होगा?
But how can I type lot of email IDs at once?
नहीं, you will ask students to share with you the email IDs. आप उनको कॉपी पेस्ट एक वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट में कर लें. You can separate them with commas and space, ना?
Right.
सर, गूगल क्लासरूम के स्टूडेंट्स की ईमेल आईडी कैसे निकालेंगे? एक एक करके निकालना तो बहुत मुश्किल पड़ता है उसको.
आप उनको ईमेल से मंगा लीजिए. जैसे मैं क्या करता हूँ, I know about my class. I have told one student that they collect the emails of all students, and they can prepare a document and send it to me.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Nice idea.
This is the one way that you can do it. आप एक उतना मेहनत नहीं करना चाहते तो उसका तरीका यही है, that you assign this responsibility to one student.
जी. Sir, is there any way to know the student who joined latest one to Google Classroom?
मैंने गूगल क्लासरूम यूज नहीं किया है, तो मैं इस बारे में नहीं, क्योंकि मैंने सीधा गूगल मीट और
क्या
कैलेंडर
किसी को पता है कि सबसे लेटेस्ट किसने ज्वाइन किया है, उसका पता कैसे चलेगा?
हाँ, वो अभी विराज से हम पूछेंगे. लेट हिम कम बैक. और
लेटेस्ट किसने, उसके ऊपर नाम आ जाता है ना?
हाँ, मेरे ख्याल से आता होगा.
that is sorted by alphabetically.
No. अगर आप उसमें people में जाएंगे, then first of all it will announce that
how many students
are there.
अगर आप देखिए क्लास में है, क्लास का तो I can tell you, when you are in a class and you know that you have, since you are an organizer, so whoever who is connected, you are aware of it because you are admitting them, right, once you start the class. Right. And you also are aware because under the people you know the list of the students who are participants.
जी नहीं, जैसे जो हमारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं जिन्होंने एनरोल किया है अपने आप को गूगल क्लासरूम में, तो फॉर एग्जांपल 50 स्टूडेंट्स हैं मेरी क्लास में, अभी 45 ने ऑलरेडी ज्वाइन किया हुआ है, लेकिन मैं ये देखना चाहता हूँ कि आज किसने ज्वाइन किया है गूगल क्लासरूम को, किसने एनरोल किया है आज, तो उसका मुझको कैसे पता चलेगा?
एक तो जीमेल पे भी आता है नोटिफिकेशन.
नहीं, जीमेल पर तो इस तरह का कोई नोटिफिकेशन नहीं आता कि who joined, who left.
जब आप किसी को ईमेल भेजते हैं तो उसकी तरफ से एक्सेप्टेंस और डिनायल का एक वो रिस्पांस आता है.
नहीं सर, मैंने तो गूगल क्लासरूम बना करके I generated a link and I shared on WhatsApp group. I don't know who is joining, who is leaving.
इसीलिए हम ईमेल इनवाइट करते हैं, क्योंकि लिंक में ये प्रॉब्लम रहती है कि आपको पता नहीं किस किस के पास चला गया.
राइट.
और ईमेल में ये रहता है कि आपको पता है किस किस के पास ईमेल गया है.
राइट. यही गलती की एक्चुअली, हमारे पास में ईमेल नहीं थे, we only were communicating
through WhatsApp. That's the good idea that we ask students to send their email IDs. Yeah.
हाँ, उसमें क्या है कि आपको पता है सारे लोग जो आपकी क्लास में हैं आपके स्टूडेंट ही हैं, और बिना ईमेल के कोई ज्वाइन भी नहीं कर पाएगा. उसमें एक फायदा रहता है, उसके पास ईमेल गया है वही ज्वाइन कर पाएगा और दूसरा ज्वाइन ही नहीं कर पाएगा.
जी सर, किसी को ये आइडिया है कि जो इंस्टीट्यूशनल ईमेल आईडी होती है उसमें और पर्सनल जीमेल आईडी में क्या डिफरेंस है गूगल क्लासरूम बनाने में, एक्सेस करने में और टीच करने में?
देखिए, क्योंकि अभी गूगल स्वीट का पूरा लाइसेंस दिया है अगर यूनिवर्सिटी को, तो आपके पास एनहांस इंक्रिप्शंस होते हैं, एनी नंबर ऑफ टाइम आप उनको यूज कर सकते हैं क्योंकि लाइसेंस है। मेरे ख्याल से ये है कि आप लंबी
डीयू ने लिया है
क्लासेस
सर?
हाँ डी ने लिया है, तो लंबी
हाँ।
क्लासेस ऑर्गेनाइज कर सकते हैं आप, और आप जितने नंबर ऑफ डॉक्यूमेंट सर्कुलेट कर सकते हैं, है ना,
जी
अपलोड कर सकते हैं उसमें। मेरे ख्याल से कोई मेरी नॉलेज में कोई बहुत ऐसा नहीं है कि इस लिमिट तक ही आप डॉक्यूमेंट या कोई लिंक भेज रहे हैं, कोई वीडियो फाइल भेज रहे हैं। अपने लेक्चर्स भी पोस्ट कर सकते हैं गूगल क्लासरूम के थ्रू, जैसे विराज बता रहे थे ना अभी पहले। तो उसमें कोई ऐसा लिमिट नहीं है कितने एमबी की फाइल है, या उसमें बड़ी फाइल्स भी जा सकती हैं क्योंकि लाइसेंस है आपके पास, तो आपको वो स्पेस दे रहा है अपने प्लेटफॉर्म पे गूगल।
अच्छा, ड्राइव का स्पेस मिलेगा हमको
हाँ
एडिशनली,
जी,
ऐसा
हाँ,
कुछ है
आप
क्या?
नहीं गूगल के उसका मिलेगा, आपकी अपनी पर्सनल ड्राइव का इशू नहीं है यहाँ पे, वहाँ
अच्छा।
पे स्टोरेज मिलेगा कि यूनिवर्सिटी
हाँ
जो
हाँ
जो
हाँ।
हाँ उनको स्टोर, क्योंकि लाइसेंस खरीदा हुआ है इसलिए। आपके पर्सनल अगर आपका है जिसमें क्योंकि आपने लाइसेंस नहीं खरीदा हुआ उसका, है ना,
जी
सब्सक्रिप्शन नहीं ली हुई है, तो ये समस्याएं शायद आ सकती हैं। हालांकि अभी यूज करने के बाद ही समझ में आएगा कि कौन सी समस्याएं टेक्निकली कितनी आती हैं, पर मेरा अंदाजा ये है कि
गूगल
सच
क्लासरूम में सर आईफोन में आई एम यूजिंग दिस गूगल क्लासरूम for at least for last 3 months. It's very accessible and very excellent. बहुत मस्त।
आईफोन में मोस्ट ऑफ अस आर यूजिंग, जिन लोगों के पास
Yeah.
आईफोन है वो यूज कर रहे हैं। तो उनमें हम लोगों ने कई बार मीटिंग्स अटेंड की हैं। अब क्योंकि गूगल को प्रेफर किया
But
जाता है
actually we want to switch on to our Windows laptop because laptop is
Yogesh, that is also accessible on Windows platform, especially in Chrome, and equally accessible in Android phone as well. I'm using it on Chrome in my PC
then it's okay.
and on mobile phone
अभी
on
विराज जो
Apple.
कर रहे थे, इवन वी ऑल आर यूजिंग गूगल क्रोम, और
Yes, sir.
उसमें गूगल क्रोम के साथ ज्यादा एक्सेसिबल है क्योंकि
जी
Right.
उसमें एक तो
गूगल का प्रोडक्ट है ना वो।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी,
जी
बिल्कुल
इसीलिए।
बिल्कुल। और अभी अगर आपको देखना है तो एक पीसी का हमारा एक लाइव वीडियो बनाया था, संचित कटियार है, एक रिसर्च स्कॉलर है, संभावना के एक्टिव मेंबर है। He has made a video by live demonstrating how to use Google Classroom as well as Meet in Windows laptop and some PC both. So that is there in Sambhavna Sarkar.
Friends, I would like to share my experience on this Google. If you want to share this Google link without any sort of a specific limited restriction, there's a very easy option. You need not even go on the calendar. Hello?
Yeah, please carry on. Go ahead.
So I'm just telling that on the browser, on the address bar, if you just type in Google space Meet and enter, it will take you to meet.google.com. And if you press tab, there is an option called New. Just enter there, and then immediately the first tab will be, if you press down arrow and up arrow, if you could see, immediately the top first one will be share. Just share link, okay? Share link, that's the tab. Just press enter there. It gets selected, and it will also go into the Google new Meet room, Google Meet room, okay, where we need to, or on the once you select it, immediately it will also show you the option called copy the link. So press tab and copy the link. Once you copy the link and mail to yourself, okay, just mail to yourself, open the phone, open the mail, your inbox, and copy the link and paste it in your WhatsApp, in your class group or somewhere. Just send it across. People will be able to access it, everyone, right? It's just a simple 2 minutes work. In fact, first time maybe it may take 2-3 minutes extra, 2 minutes extra, but actually creating a link in general, it's very easy, simple. But if you really wanted to have a scheduled calendar and things like that, then of course, as I mean, previously one of our friends said about the calendar details, of course, you need to go into that. But I am using, in fact, once I create this link, I'm using the same link for many days, in fact, right? And I have also activated this attendance tab. Once you click the link, you enter into the room, and people will be joining in, and there'll be show option, show all participants. That option is there. If you press center, it will open up a edit box, a field. And if you press up arrow and down arrow, you could see a attendance tab over there. If you select attendance tab, it will ask you for the mail account, and you need to link the account and allow. You press allow, okay, down arrow and press allow. It will be allowed, okay, when attendance will be linked with your account. But till this point, I'm able to do everything. But my only concern is the final point where once I complete my class, I could not get the attendance sheet alone, right? But creating the link and in fact sharing the link, the same link I'm using for every class, every day. In fact, I'm not using separate links for
And the
separate days.
only concern is that how secure it is now, because there may be that this link may be circulated
Of course,
in many
yeah, that we need to be very
and
careful.
and for the official record, what we are doing, that when you are sending the email invite through our official email ID, that has been recorded in a sense that the acceptance of the student is coming to our email ID, that the students are accepting our class invites, you know.
But
So that
sir,
has been
even there, sir, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but even there, sir, if that mail is being shared with someone else, of course, another person can also even join. I mean,
no, mail cannot be shared. The person has to click from their own email ID.
Okay, you're doing like
And
that.
the invite
Okay.
has gone.
No,
निखिल
can we not forward
बोलो
his
बोलो
mail to somebody else?
वो विराज का वो ज्वाइन नहीं हो पा रहा है, तो संचित अभी गूगल मीट बता रहा है, फिर इसको रीशेड्यूल करके दोबारा करेंगे.
ठीक है, ओके. तो सॉरी, क्योंकि बहुत सारी शायद उसके सिस्टम का कुछ इशू हो गया है, कोलैप्स हो गया है. तो as there is an information by Pratap, General Secretary of Sambhavna, that Viraj may not be able to rejoin because there is some problem come up with this system. Maybe we may reschedule it within a day or two. We'll inform like whoever have participated in सभी email हमारे पास हैं, उनको दोबारा से हम email भेज देंगे. लेकिन अभी फिलहाल क्योंकि हम ऑलरेडी हैं मीटिंग में, तो वन ऑफ अवर आई थिंक Sambhavna's activist, as well as who is Sanchit, a great friend of ours, and who is a PhD scholar, and he's the one who has made a video demonstrating about Google platform. तो संचित आपसे शेयर करेंगे कि किस तरीके से गूगल जैसे जहां विराज ने छोड़ा था वहां से, या फिर जहां से उनको लगेगा, और वो क्वेश्चन अभी आपके टेकअप कर लेंगे जो हमारे अटेंडेंस वाला. तो संचित से मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, संचित तो आप एक्सप्लेन करें, या तो कोशिश करें जहां विराज ने छोड़ा था, या फिर जैसे भी ठीक लगता है, यू कैन डू दैट. ठीक है. संचित अपनी जो इसकी स्पीड धीमे कर लो, क्योंकि सबको सुनाई नहीं दे पाएगा.
Untitled notepad. Mail --untitled notepad. Mail meeting ID blank. Untitled rate 20, rate 15. Mail dash untitled mail visit blank. Untitled mail untitled that blank blank. Untitled mail that meeting ID blank. Meet blank from Jaya Mishra to everyone : be bilingual alert blank. Untitled mail that untitled
पार्टिसिपेंट से रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ दैट प्लीज राइट नाउ जस्ट लिसन टू संचित एंड देन वी मे इंटरेक्ट. अभी हमने ऑलरेडी इंटरेक्ट काफी कर लिया है, तो लेट अस लिसन टू हिम. ही इज गोइंग टू डेमोन्स्ट्रेट फॉर अस द रेस्ट ऑफ इट, एंड देन वी कैन कम अप टू द इंटरेक्शन सेशन.
Launch meeting dash Zoom. Open Zoom meetings button 1 of 2. Launch meeting dash Zoom. Main landmark clickable. Launch meeting dash content info. View site information menu button secure. Meeting controls row 1 column 2. Unmute. Currently muted. Mute.
निखिल सर आवाज आ रही है मेरी सर?
हाँ संचित, आपकी आवाज आ रही है. यू कैन स्टार्ट, है ना, स्टार्ट कर दीजिए. और स्क्रीन शेयर से जैसे भी आप जॉस यूज कर रहे हो ना.
एनवीडीए सर, एनवीडीए की आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ आ रही है. दूसरा एक हमारे पास क्वेश्चन आया था, तुम्हें शायद पता ही होगा कि एक तो अटेंडेंस वाला क्वेश्चन आया था, और बाकी तो हम लोगों ने ऑलरेडी डिस्कस कर लिया था कैलेंडर वगैरह का, है ना? तो
सर
अटेंडेंस
अटेंडेंस थिंग सर वो मैंने ज्यादा यूज नहीं किया है, दैट इज नॉट completely accessible since that is an add-on like created by someone not directly associated with Google, so the like add-on is not completely accessible to persons with visual disability, so about that I may
और
not be
सचिन मैं
able
रिक्वेस्ट
to
करूंगा तो बाइलिंगुअल होके बता सकते हो, है ना? तो उससे क्या है कि दोनों ही मीडियम के स्टूडेंट वही पार्टिसिपेंट्स का हो जाएगा।
ठीक है सर। तो मैं गूगल मीट, क्योंकि विराज सर ऑलमोस्ट गूगल क्लासरूम के बारे में बता चुके हैं, तो मैं गूगल मीट में बस जल्दी से शेड्यूल करना बता देता हूँ, क्योंकि उसमें कई लोगों की थी। तो सबसे पहले मैं अपना मेल खोलता हूँ। आई एम ओपनिंग माय मेल।
Mail dash in. Address and search bar edit. HTTP. HTTP. Mail dash
And
heading
now
level.
I will open meet.google.com in my browser. So I press Ctrl+T और यहाँ पर मैं लिखूंगा meet.google.com, meet.google.com.
T.google.com selected instead. Meet.google.com. Google Meet. Sittinger Verma has left the Google Meet dash Google. Clickable link. Learn more.
कुछ इस टाइप का पेज ओपन होता है।
Land. Link. Learn. Graphic image of people in a meeting on Google
I
Meet.
am going top of the page and
Banner
then
landmark.
pressing down arrow.
Menu button collapsed. Sub-menu support. Button feedback. Button settings. Button collapsed. Google account. Premium video meeting. We read dash engineer and available for all. Button new meeting. Edit enter a code or link. Button unavailable join. Graphic image of people.
So
Link.
this
Learn
is
more
the
about.
page all about. So I am going again top of the page.
Banner
And
landmark.
for navigating according to the buttons, press B. So I am pressing B.
Support menu button collapsed sub-menu.
Once again.
Feedback button. Settings button. Google account : Sanchit Kadi your left. New meeting button.
New meeting button. So अगर आपको मीटिंग शेड्यूल करनी है तो आपको
And the button new meeting.
न्यू मीटिंग बटन पे एंटर प्रेस करना है to activate this
Get a meeting
button.
link to
Press
share one
enter. And there you will find 3 options.
Get a meeting link to share 1 of 3. Start an instant meeting 2 of 3. Schedule a Google Calendar 3 of 3.
So we need to click the third one.
Schedule a Google Calendar 3 of 3.
Schedule in Google Calendar.
Schedule a Google Calendar
So
3 of 3.
I am pressing enter here.
Untitled dash Google Chrome. https://calendar.google.com/ Google Calendar dash event details document. Main landmark event edit page. Land.
जैसे ही मैंने एंटर प्रेस किया ये गूगल कैलेंडर के पेज पे इट टेक्स मी टू द पेज ऑफ गूगल कैलेंडर एंड डायरेक्टली लैंड्स इन द एडिट बॉक्स वेयर यू कैन राइट द टाइटल ऑफ योर इवेंट.
Google Calendar dash event details
मैं यहाँ पे सिंपली अभी क्लास लिख देता हूँ. Then you have to press tab.
Class save button.
Save. You don't have to do anything here now.
Start date edit
Press
selected.
tab again. Start date.
Start date edit selected August 23rd, 2020. August 22nd.
Here you can use down and up arrows to navigate between the dates.
August 21st, August 23rd, August 24th, 2020.
Okay, so I am using arrow keys and then once you done selection, press tab.
Start time edit selected 4:30 p.m.
Start time. Here also you have to use navigation keys.
Spelling error 4:4, 5:00 p.m. 5:15 p.m.
So this is an edit box as well. So you can type here as well and you can find the time of which you want to schedule the meeting by pressing navigation keys, up and down arrows.
4:15 p.m. 4:00 p.m.
So for instance, I want to schedule meeting at 4. So I selected 4:00 and then press tab.
End time edit selected 5:00 p.m. Spelling error 5:30 p.m. 5:30 p.m. 6:00
So in these combo boxes, you have to use navigation keys, up and down arrows.
End date edit selected August 24th, 20.
I am leaving it as it is.
Time zone button.
Time zone, you don't have to do anything here.
Time all day checkbox not checked.
So this is the checkbox whether the meeting is all day or we have specified the time. So I am not checking this checkbox.
Recurrence list collapsed. Does not repeat 1 of 7.
Reoccurrence, the thing that Nikhil sir was telling. Here you can select whether the meeting will take once or it will reoccur.
Does not repeat section. Daily not selected 2 of 7. Weekly on Monday not selected. Monthly on the 4th Monday not. Annually on August 20. Every weekday left parent. Monday to Friday right parent. Custom
तो
not
इस
selected
तरीके से
7 of
आपको ये
7.
सारे ऑप्शंस मिल जाते हैं.
Week daily not select. Does not daily
अभी
does
मैं
not repeat
इसको
1 of 7.
कर्सर डज नॉट रिपीट पे रखता हूँ. यहाँ पे भी आपको डाउन और अप एरो कीज का यूज करना है सारे ऑप्शंस पर नेविगेट करने के लिए. एंड प्रेस टैब अगेन.
Tab control. Guest tab selected 1 of 1.
यहाँ पे आपको गेस्ट का ऑप्शन मिल जाता है. यहाँ पे मैं डाउन एरो करता हूँ.
Guest combo box expanded as auto list. Add your guest
तो
combo
यहाँ पे
box
आपको
expanded as
जिन लोगों से आपने लास्ट में कांटेक्ट किया उनकी ईमेल आईडी मिल.
Button discard. Button cancel. Heading level 1 discard unsaved changes. Heading level 1 discard cancel button.
इसको मैं कैंसिल कर देता हूँ.
List.
तो यहाँ पे आप एडिट
mail.
बॉक्स में लिख के सर्च कर सकते हैं या कॉपी पेस्ट कर सकते हैं जिनको आपको मीटिंग का गेस्ट बनाना है और वो लोग इवेंट एडिट कर सकते हैं या शेयर कर सकते हैं इवेंट की इंफॉर्मेशन.
List clickable product.m00. Guest combo box collapsed as auto. Guests invited to this event. Preview. Level 1 Sanchit. Guests invited.
यहाँ पे फिर आपको टैब प्रेस करना है.
Google Calendar could not resolve the indicated guest
आपको ऐसा एरर मिल सकता है अगर आपने गेस्ट में किसी ऐसे व्यक्ति की ईमेल आईडी डाली है जिसके पास गूगल कैलेंडर नहीं है तो आपको ये मिल सकता है एक एरर टाइप की. इसको आप इग्नोर कर दें.
Have invite grouping guest permit checkbox not checked. Let guests modify the event.
अब आप यहाँ पे डाउन एरो करेंगे तो आपको ऐसे ऑप्शंस मिलेंगे. इसमें से आपको सेलेक्ट करना है कि
checkbox not checked. Let guests modify the event. Modify event. Checkbox checked. Let guests invite others to the event. Invite others. Checkbox checked. Let guests see the event guest list. See guest list.
ये सारे ऑप्शंस मिलते हैं.
Out of grouping heading level 2 event details
फिर
and
आपको
find the
यहाँ से
time.
डाउन एरो प्रेस करनी है.
Button link. Button meet. Button link. Join with Google Meet. Button meet. Google. Button copy meeting link.
और here you find the button copy link. So this is the link to the schedule, the meeting that you are scheduling. So you can
button copy meeting link.
Simply press enter on this button, and the link is copied on your clipboard, and you can paste the link wherever you want in mail or in any file for further reference. After copying the link, you need to go to the top of the page.
Button skip the main.
And then you press B for navigating according to the buttons.
Keyboard shortcuts button. Accessibility feedback
I'm
button.
pressing B.
Banner landmark Google Apps button. Collect Google account colon. Main landmark event edit page. Save button. Marisport GNLU title at save button.
Save. इस पे मैं enter करता हूँ तो
Would you like to send invitation emails to Google Calendar guests? Dialog. Send button. Learn more link. Dismiss button. Don't send button. Send
आपको
button.
ये सारे ऑप्शंस मिल जाते हैं अगर आपने गेस्ट सेलेक्ट किए हैं तो.
Learn more link. Dismiss
अभी मैं
button.
इसको डिसमिस कर देता हूँ.
Button save. Start date edit August. Button save. Title edit clap. Button cancel event create save button. Would you like to send? Learn more link. Dismiss button.
डिसमिस के बाद फिर से
Don't send button. Send
यहीं पे आ
button.
जाए तो चलिए मैं सेंड कर देता हूँ. देखता हूँ फिर सेव होता है.
Button save. Saving. Event saved. Main
तो वो
landmark.
कुछ शायद गूगल की तरफ से बग था क्योंकि मैंने जब उसको इग्नोर किया तो वहीं से फिर इस पेज पे आ गया.
Button all day. Mute. Heading level 2
तो
on
अब
all
आपका
day.
इवेंट शेड्यूल हो चुका है गूगल मीट पे. और
Out of table blank. Main landmark week of August 20. Out of table side panel complimentary tab tasks. Separator unavailable.
आप इस
Blank.
लिंक को जो हमने कॉपी की थी इसको कहीं पे भी पेस्ट करके इस शेड्यूल जो आपने इवेंट किया है इसको भेज सकते हैं. तो गूगल मीट में शेड्यूल करने के लिए तो इतना ही है. थैंक यू. और निखिल सर.
Blank. Google Calendar. Google. Google. Notification. My DU internet.
निखिल सर.
हाँ बोल.
हाँ जी
Yes.
सर. गूगल सर शेड्यूल कर रहा तो इतना ही था, मैंने बता दिया। अगर इससे रिलेटेड कोई क्वेश्चन है तो हम ले सकते हैं अभी फिलहाल। बाकी और जो विराज सर बता रहे थे वो तो मुझे लगता है कि हमें रीशेड्यूल ही करनी पड़ेगी वो मीटिंग। वो तो विराज सर क्लासरूम के बारे में।
तो I thank right now Viraj as well as Sanchit both for explaining us and about the various features of Google Classroom and Meet. Meet तो अभी आपको शेड्यूल करना बताया है संचित ने, और कुछ हमने पहले भी डिस्कस किया ही था. And Viraj has, I think, almost he explained most of the things, perhaps, but somehow the failure of the technology has not allowed him to proceed further. But we have now we are going to organize this webinar again, the same thing, and Viraj will start explaining from where he left. तो अगर इनमें से पार्टिसिपेंट्स कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं तो दे मे आस्क इट, एंड आई थिंक आई विल आस्क संचित टू रिस्पॉन्ड सिंस ही इज अवेलेबल राइट नाउ. और जो नहीं रह पाएगा वो हम नेक्स्ट जब हम कल परसों में शेड्यूल करेंगे तो उसको रिस्पॉन्ड कर देंगे, विराज करेगा.
Dr. Ganta, Janardana Knight. Anuj Kumar. Google. Two parts.
Anybody?
Dr. Ganta, two parts.
The audio now unmuted. Zoom meeting. Open chat panel.
Sir, good evening, sir. This is Janardana Naidu from Andhra Pradesh.
Yeah, please.
Is there any option to record our lecture in free Google account?
No, there is no option to record in free Google account. You need to have enterprise account or institutional account, but there is no option in free Google account.
What is the limit for free Google account for taking classes or respondents? Limit of respondents.
When we schedule meeting in the Google Calendar, it shows that up to 100 people can join, but I have seen more than 100 people have joined, so the limit is 250, but when you schedule the meeting it shows 100.
Okay, what is
but
that?
I read sorry,
is there any time limit for the free Google account?
No, there is no time limit as such. It is free till 30th September, so there is no time limit as of now.
Thank you.
Okay, I have another question. For example, being teacher, I schedule one of my class, okay, and even before joining me, my students are able to join, and when I leave class after completing it, even if they are still remaining joined. So is there any way to end it just like Zoom? Whenever host leave meeting, the meeting is automatically ends for everybody.
No, so there is I'm not 100% sure, but there is no option as such like ending the meeting for all. So you need to remove everyone before you leave the meeting. That is only the alternative. There is no other alternative.
Sir, do we need to allow everyone while joining the Google Meet?
Yeah, if you are using basic account,
yes,
then you need to admit everyone who is joining via link or code. But the persons whom you have made guest in the meeting, they will be able to join without requiring you to admit them. Otherwise you need to admit all other participants.
Okay. And one more question, can we mute the students while lecture is going on?
So this is the most sought after option in Google Meet, but unfortunately as of now you can mute one by one, but there is no option of muting all at once, like the option is available in the Zoom. So that kind of option is not available there, but certainly you can mute one by one in Google Meet.
But I think I add up to what Sanchit is saying, that this is one of the drawback, perhaps, that in Google Meet, the participants can again unmute themselves. But in Zoom, if the host has muted them, there is no option available for participants to unmute themselves unless the host is not doing that for them. Am I right, Sanchit?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are very much right, sir.
Yeah, hello Sanjit, this is Yogesh. Can you please explain what is guest in it? Whether I need to allow all participants to be the guest in my meeting, so that I need not to add one by one, because there are number of students, more than 50 students in a single class. So what is the need? I mean, why do we use this guest option to add the people, or to some other purpose also?
So according to me, it is meant for some other administrative purposes, because when we were scheduling the meeting, we saw some options like allow the guest to modify the event, or
To share
those
the
kind of options.
responsibility, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think that we should use this option to allow all the students to join without admitting themselves. I don't think the option is meant for that.
See, and one thing, that if you copy the paste, as we saw the option, if we copy the paste
Yeah.
and wanted to share on the WhatsApp, then how can we do it? I mean, we have to copy it first on our email IDs, then again we have to
So
share this.
there are a couple of options. Either you can use the web WhatsApp, the web version of WhatsApp on your desktop. Otherwise, there are alternatives. You first need to mail yourself, and then
Then from there,
while you copy and then paste.
web version of WhatsApp.
Yeah.
You can take it from the email from a phone and then paste it there. That's the option normally we do use.
Chat, meeting tools, audio now unmuted. Zoom meeting, open chat panel, Alt+H button to activate, press space bar.
Naidu.
Yes, please.
Yeah, ask.
Sir, you are muting while asking questions, sir.
No. You ask one time. Actually, you are asking lot of questions continuously now. So this is so other person also waiting for the questions.
Hello, you can start asking questions.
Yeah,
please.
Okay, sir. If it is so, I'm sorry. I'm exiting, sir. Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
So go ahead and ask.
बंदा का प्लान का नाम आ रहे हुए बंदा के प्लान का नाम आ रहे
Yeah, please go ahead and ask. ऑडियो चला गया क्या? नहीं.
The meeting participants left there and 17 right there.
प्रताप, क्या वो म्यूट हो गए दोबारा जो पूछ रहे थे?
I think
exit हो गए. क्या हो गया? नाराज हो गए क्या?
हाँ, लगता है. He said I am exiting. So perhaps he left.
चलो क्वेश्चन खत्म हो गए.
Okay. So I thank all the participants. There may be some more questions perhaps later on once Viraj comes back when we hold another meeting. So I formally thank everybody who has joined our event today. And I hope that whatever Viraj has demonstrated and संचित has एक और किसी ने सागर सिंह ने कुछ किया है क्या? चेक कर लेना, अगर उसने कुछ पूछना है तो पूछ के लेट्स फाइंड इट आउट, अगर शायद पहले भी था.
कोई नहीं सर, अब एंड करते हैं, बाद में मीटिंग नेक्स्ट टाइम.
अच्छा, नहीं मुझे आवाज सुनाई दी सागर की, अगर नहीं है तो कोई बात नहीं. तो I thank Sanchit and Viraj both. Sanchit has come to our rescue since Viraj's laptop has had some problems. He so encountered some problems. So really a thanks Sanchit. तो संकट मोचन की तरह काम किया आज उसने. And I thank participants for their patience. और शायद perhaps आगे भी हम जब ऑर्गेनाइज करेंगे तो आप लोग हमसे जुड़ेंगे with this feeling, and because this is something which we all are learning. It's not that what we are demonstrating to you, it's something that we have done mastery of. It is a constant process that we, through our exchange of ideas, are going to learn from each other. So with this, I conclude today's event, and thank you very much for joining us, and see you soon. We'll shortly circulate the link of a new meeting. Thank you very much.
Speech mode beeps. Speech mode talk. Google Calendar dash week of unknown focused in desktop. Restart. Shut down. Participants left parent. 10 right parent. Window. Participant list. Mute button. Input search keyword. Find a part. Doctor. Secure.
आप इसको बंद कर दें और लीव करते हैं.